Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. We got Old Forester Prohibition 1920.
Woo! 1920, pre-Prohibition.
This bottle at a whopping 57.5% ABV.
18th Amendment to the Constitution.
Let's test it.
Test it! Overruled by the 21st.
All right, Old Forester 1920. This one's been sitting here for a while. We actually used this in a live stream, and I don't even remember which one or with who we took a look at. It might have been with Bubba and the Beard, because we did like 8 whiskeys with those guys.
Bubba and the Beard, love it.
Old Forester 1920 Prohibition. Now, I think Old Forester is kind of regional based. In other words, it seems like there's certain parts of the states that really go after the Old Foresters, and some parts that don't really care for it. Just watching Twitter, watching Instagram, stuff like that. This is sold out in a lot of areas.
Really?
But it's on there. You can go almost at any liquor store where we're at and find many of the Old Foresters, including the 1920 Prohibition. When I originally bought this, several people, they can't find it in their areas. It's always sold out. It's always gone as soon as it hit the shelves. I'm like, that's everywhere. Yeah. That's everywhere here.
110.
Oh, 111.
Wow. And do you have a Scotch God shout out?
No.
Do you want to pull one in? We don't have to if you don't want to. I'll explain what a Scotch God shout out is, because it looks like he's looking it up. On our comments, YouTube, sometimes even via emails or something on Instagram, we love to take comments that come in and then feature them and say who you are and put out what you said. And sometimes what our banter back and forth is. The comments section on our YouTube channel is awesome. We both try to engage. If you put in a comment, one of us should see it unless something crazy is going on in our world, and we will generally reply. And we enjoy that back and forth. It's one of the highlights, really, of the show for me. One other thing, if you want to engage with us, let me know. You got one?
I hate to use it, but yes.
Oh, you hate to use it. Okay, well, let me finish what I was saying.
Yeah.
You can also go to scotchtestdummies.com. Our website's up there. It looks really nice, really professional. There's some little hidden nuggets in there. Like you can see all the scores that we've done for different bottles and how we differ and what our score is, our aggregate score is. And it's amazing to me. I use that as a reference. It's fun to go look at. What's the one that you're going to use but you hate to?
Paul Curlin.
Curlin.
And he just recently subbed to us as well. His comment.
Uh-oh. You got a little grin there.
Came here from the board games
and
stayed for the delicious libations.
Woo! For those that don't know, I've got a whole separate channel. They may not. My wife's Puerto Rican. Some don't know that.
They know.
And I have a show called Bonding with Board Games. Whole nother YouTube show. A lot of fans coming onto that channel. And I oftentimes will shoot my board game reviews on this set, hoping that people will be triggered. Hold on. All right, we got us a fan. Hoping to trigger fans to come on over to what fun we have on the Scotch side.
That's why I say I hate to bring it up.
I know.
You think you just go, bundle with board games. That's it. Moving on.
Why?
No.
Why? You should see how I talk about our show on board gaming.
I knew that was going to happen.
I know. And you're a closet board gamer. You pretend. Please. How much money you sunk into it? A lot.
No.
He likes zombies. That's all I'm saying.
But thanks, Paul Curlin. Appreciate you.
Curlin, you the man. Thank you for being on both my shows.
Yeah, you can watch both channels.
Please do.
Old Forester 1920 Prohibition. Boy, the alcohol jumps right out on this at that 57% and grabs you by the nose hairs.
Well, that's one reason I think it sells out. It does have a nice high Chupacabra approves ABV.
Do we need to pause for a minute?
Let's keep pushing on. That's the Chupacabra, and she's angry that Prohibition existed.
Sounds more like she sees a bird in the yard or something.
Yeah, squirrel! Squirrel! There's a squirrel outside. Let me scratch the door.
Definite cinnamon.
Yes.
Caramel and oak.
Yep. The oak is really wrapped right around that caramel. It's like a caramel wooden stick, if you can combine those two. It's like a twisted caramel around wood, around oaken wood.
Thorin Oakenshield.
I knew you were going to do it. I love when you do. All right. Hits me a little harsh right off the bat. Rough. Dusty. Oakiness. Caramel. And a little bit of cream soda. A little bit of cream soda to finish.
Yeah.
Creaming.
Flat root beer. Cinnamon, caramel, vanilla. Candy corn.
Yeah, I do get that. Waxy, kind of candy corny. Candy corny. I get a little candy corny on. I'm going to add a lot of water because that's coming in high ABV. Do you want some water?
I'm going to try one more sip here, neat.
All right, I'm doing 3 massive drops of water. That's a lot. But at this high ABV, I want to tone it down. I want to bring it down. At the very least, that high ABV, I don't remember what this goes for. We'll talk about that a little bit. Hasn't changed the nose. I still get, maybe I get a little bit of, did you get a little inhalation? Almost get a little bit of anise, which is that black licorice.
I was looking to see what information they had on here. I don't believe we ever see an age on the Old Forester Prohibition style. I don't know if they put an age on too much of their stuff.
Okay. So they're the American NAS, non-age statement, or no age statement.
One of them.
Right.
There's several.
There's a little tag there. You're reading the tag. I bet you the tag says 5 years. Does it state, what does it say as far as?
No, nothing.
Nothing. It does say Kentucky
Nothing.
Straight Bourbon Whiskey, so you know it's at least 2 years old. We know it's got 51% corn. And then they're talking about in the 1920s during Prohibition, and then it goes into a bunch of stuff that I won't read.
And it was made in Kentucky. We know that.
Awesome.
Very nice, rich mouthfeel. Good bourbon notes.
Meaning cinnamon, caramel, oak. It's powerful. I mean, I will give you that. It's still stinging the tongue a little bit, even after those heavy drops I put on. By the way, this is definitely one with that high ABV that I would do neat, then I would do these drops, and then if we had it handy, I would throw an ice cube into this, definitely. I could see sipping this over several ice cubes and being a pleasurable experience.
I'll always try my whiskey neat first.
Yeah.
And this one, just a little sip and really let it get into all of your taste buds. Get it into your cheeks, get it under your tongue, at the back of your tongue. Get it everywhere. Really hit those taste buds and get them saturated.
I always wonder when you say it.
No.
It's like you could wall off a section of your mouth and not get it everywhere.
Oh, I think you can. Oh, yeah.
Really? Wow, you got a magic
Oh,
mouth.
you can
magic
just go
mouth.
watch.
Hold on, what are you doing? Where are you keeping that one?
I didn't. I took a sip and I swallowed it. It's on my tongue. Well, exactly. But it's on my tongue and that's it. A little bit of the roof of, but I didn't get it into my cheeks. I didn't get it into my gums. I didn't get it under my tongue.
So I just find it kind of splashes in. Now, if I drank it with a straw, I might be able to.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Horst. Go Horst.
I actually agree with Horst.
Now, I will tell you,
There.
a lot of times, though, too, even anymore, one little sip at first, move it around in my mouth, get all my taste buds hit,
Saturated.
but disregard that one. That one's just like a palate.
Really? It
Just get your palate up to speed. Now the second sip is where you should start
So
picking up
you've
some
coated
stuff.
it, you've cleansed whatever germs or whatever else, some of that milk from the morning that was still clinging.
Yeah. The kale, spinach, green smoothie.
Or in my case, buttermilk pancakes with syrup. Boom. All non-organic. Maybe a frosted powdered donut and a fake chocolate donut.
Okay, now this has been open for a couple of months. The time and the oxidizing has helped this one. I mean, it's better than I remember. To me, before it was average when it's first cracked. A little bit better than that now. Very nice. The really rich bourbon notes. The caramel, cinnamon, vanilla, oak. Nothing really to make it stand out above the others.
I don't even know if I have all notes on this.
No, I didn't. I looked.
I just saw my Bull Run, which we haven't done yet. Nope. All right. Here's the deal. I agree with everything you said. Probably the saving grace or the outstanding deal is that high 57.5 ABV. All right. It brings to me, I don't feel like it stands up and distinguishes itself other than that high ABV. You're right on the bourbon notes. It's the cinnamon. I get the oak. I get the sweeter corn in there, but the oak really sends through. It's the higher ABV that I enjoy. But I don't feel like it jumps up, waves a flag, and says, "This, I'm
Look
different."
at me.
Yeah,
Right.
look at me. This is 1920 Prohibition style. I'm thinking, okay, if this is Prohibition style, it's kind of in line with everything else I've had. But I don't know. I was, is that just marketing or is it?
It's a good barrel proof Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
Yes. How much?
Well, what's your score? I was waiting
All right,
patiently.
sorry.
All that talk.
I know. So I'm not as much into the oak. 86.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
kinda average,
yeah,
really,
it's
for
just
you.
in there. It's just in there.
A notch above that, I was probably 86, 87 originally. I'll mark it up to 89
Okay.
today. It's about, to me, a 90 means it's really good. And once you breach the 90, you've got into the really good whiskeys.
Sure.
This is at the top end of
Okay. Yeah.
whiskey.
I'm with you there. My 80s are like standard. I don't run into hardly any bad whiskeys. I really don't. You know what?
Yeah, come on.
Well, there's a few, and you'll see those in the 70s, 60s, or you've even nailed some as a 9 or whatever out of 100. All right.
I don't even remember. Was it 10? I think I gave
Maybe it
one
was a 10. Yeah, it was a 10 out of 100. Again, go to scotchtestdummies.com, go look at our list, and you'll find those. But what I notice is, really, I think there's a lot of good whiskeys, especially American whiskeys that are out there. Probably the main distinction here for me was that this one didn't do anything that made it stand out,
I would agree.
other than its higher ABV. It's proof. All right, so
Okay.
is it worth it?
It's $60, $65. That's top end. That's top end. Any more than that? I mean, you're paying.
The barrel proof's good,
Yeah.
but I mean, would you go buy this again for $60?
No.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And to me, that's where is it worth? I mean, it's not a bad deal.
I think it's worth it. I think if you bought it for 60 and you tried, I don't think you're going to be disappointed.
If this was
You just might not buy
$40,
it
would you
again.
be willing to buy it again?
Oh, probably.
Yes. The high ABV, the standard flavor. I would have folks say, hey, you know what? You tried this. Try something a little sparkier. Because it's a good bourbon representative. And I like that higher ABV. This would be one where I said, hey, this is stronger. This is a barrel proof version. Does it say barrel proof on it?
Nope.
Okay, well, give them kudos. I would have really touted the strength of it. Maybe that's what they mean by Prohibition style.
All right. Support us on Patreon. Thank you to all our Patreon supporters making the show possible. Go to scotchtestdummies.com. You can order a Glencairn. You can order one of our challenge coins. You might get 111.
Good. We're going to be doing a special Patreon show just for the patrons. So you get a couple special little extras like that when you back us on Patreon. And it helps us keep the show free, which
Sure.
it will always be.
Yep.
Scotch it! You Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Dummies.